Well, the Knicks have won 8 straight and trying to go up 2-0. This is a team that has shown resiliency all playoffs, all season long.
The Cavs are leaving them. Josh Hart making them pay.
Knicks dominating here in the third.
There is just a confidence that the Knicks have when they get James Harden in that ISO.
We'll focus on winning.
9 consecutive playoff wins for the Knicks. The Knicks now up 2-0.
Yeah, something special seems to be cooking right now in New York. The Knicks have launched this 9-game win streak right smack dab in the middle of the postseason, thanks in large part to the large man right smack dab in the middle. Is this Karl-Anthony Towns' moment? It's starting to feel that way. Now, it's hard to say it's been a tortured journey for a guy who's rich and famous and wearing gym shorts for a living, but it certainly has not been a smooth ride for Cat over his 11 seasons in the league. Here's Justin Tinsley with a bit more.
Perfection isn't a requirement to be the apple of the Big Apple's eye. Survival is. Playing in his 3rd consecutive conference finals is no longer enough for Karl-Anthony Towns.
Just because we standing at the door don't mean we opening the door. We got to do our part.
What Patrick Ewing had in the 90s, and certainly what Willis Reed captured in 1973, that's the goal and the legacy. The 2015 #1 pick's NBA journey has been anything but a direct line. There's been joy, success, disappointment, and the darkest form of loss. But Cat's role as a key catalyst in the most beloved Knicks stretch since the last millennium must be appreciated in real time.
I think they could win the championship. Yes, I do.
His game isn't perfect. Foul trouble is perhaps his biggest red flag. But from the Garden to the Rucker and Dykeman, basketball in New York City is a spiritual experience. The city doesn't just watch hoopers. Cheers and boos mark intense interrogation tactics. In a league full of personalities, few are as transparent as Karl-Anthony Towns.
I have the same motivation every game, is to win the game.
Few qualities are in more demand in New York than authenticity. A Dominican-American with tri-state roots, he's a tailor-made star for modern New York. He's been a linchpin in conversations around grief and vulnerability. He's emotional, he's skilled, he's chaotic, he's gifted. The one thing he's not, scared of the moment.
We understand how it is to get to this point, but we're looking for a new experience, how it is to get past this point.
New York's love language is pressure, and Karl-Anthony Towns has yet to shrink. Defense, playmaking, and timely shot making. Cat's contributions on both ends of the floor this postseason are undeniable. Critiques of Towns have traditionally been loud. The manuscript he's currently authoring is deafening.
Cat with a 3, straight on and straight in for the next big man.
Cat and the Knicks are desperate for the NBA's annual invitation to become eternal. Spike Lee, well, he's something far beyond desperate. In New York, stars come and go like subway turnstiles, but only a select few look pressure in the eyes and roar louder. They don't live in the rafters. They live in the city. Forever.
The Knicks are the 13th team in the NBA postseason history to win 9 straight playoff games. 7 of the previous 12 went on to win the title. The Knicks have outscored opponents by almost 24 points per game during that run, the best 9-game stretch in postseason history. Stephen A. Smith is back with us. Okay, so I know you know they haven't been to the finals since 1999. What have you seen from this team as they eye getting back?
Well, listen, I mean, first of all, you're led by Jalen Brunson, who's averaging 28 and 10 on 49% shooting. He's been absolutely sensational of scoring game 1, of playmaking game 2. Josh Hart, the Energizer Bunny, he's come together. He's handled his business. Very, very happy with him. Mikal Bridges, let me say this. Let me bring this thing up. I've been all over him because I needed more. And he's been giving it to us. The man's shooting about 60% from three-point range. He is averaging over 18 points a game. They're getting offense. They're playing together. They're playing unselfishly. They're playing stout defense, particularly when it counts. They keep this up, obviously. They're going to the finals. Just like I said, they're going to the finals. That's how it's going to go down.
I do want to ask you, you're pretty confident you think they're going to the finals before we go to the next question about the Cavs?
Absolutely. This series is over. The Cavs are not coming back. This ain't the Detroit Pistons. This is the New York Knicks. They're not giving up this 2-0 lead. Don't even worry about that.
Let's talk about the Cavs, though. They're in a 2-game hole going back to Cleveland. How do they steal a game at home?
Donovan Mitchell's got to play big. I think you've gotten to the point where you can't expect anything from from James Harden offensively, because he has not been himself at all. 35% from the field, 26% from three-point range, and it always happens this time of year, meaning deep into the playoffs. It's unfortunate, but that's just his MO right now. How about making sure that Evan Mobley, who scores 14 points for you in the first half and is the leading scorer, actually takes a shot in the second half? How about that? That would go a long way. And oh, by the way, not giving up wide open three-point shots to Josh Hart, to Karl-Anthony Towns, to Mikal Bridges, to OG Anunoby. You got to play some defense. You got to play big. You got to play some defense, obviously. And your stars have to be stars. That starts with Donovan Mitchell. On your home court, that's what it's going to require.
Okay, so obviously Knicks fans were chanting 4-0. They think the Knicks are going to sweep this one. Do you agree with the rest of the Knicks fans?
No, I think that Donovan Mitchell is gifted enough, and them collectively as a defense, when they amp it up, are good enough to steal you a game on their home court. But they won't win both. They'll lose one, they'll win another, and the New York Knicks come back to the Garden Wednesday night, Game 5, close it out, and go back to the finals for the first time since 1999.
All right, we'll see what happens. Stephen A. Smith, thank you very much. Orange and blue skies, baby.
Yes.
Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Knicks and the Cavs is Saturday night, 8 Eastern on ESPN, with New York up 2-0. NBA tip-off gets you ready at 7:30, and you can also stream the game on the ESPN app.
Game 3 of Spurs Thunder is
Sports Center, brought to you by Behr Paint, exclusively at the Home Depot.
Well, the Knicks have won 8 straight and trying to go up 2-0. This is a team that has shown resiliency all playoffs, all season long.
The Cavs are leaving them. Josh Hart making them pay.
Knicks dominating here in the third.
There is just a confidence that the Knicks have when they get James Harden in that ISO.
We'll focus on winning.
9 consecutive playoff wins for the Knicks. So the Knicks now up 2-0.
It's been all New York since halfway through the fourth quarter of Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. After an epic comeback and a dominating Game 2, is it fair to wonder if the Cavs even have a little bit of a chance? Cleveland getting outclassed is the subject of today's Take 2.
The Cavs are a quality team. They are not as strong as the Knicks.
This team, last 2 games, 25 of 85 from the three-point line. 29%.
This is not it. It's a damn shame. And with every passing day, Coach Kenny Atkinson looks worse than he ever has.
You see a team that is starting to run out of gas.
I don't want to hear about mental and physically being fatigued when you're trying to make a championship run.
They only had 3 assists. You want to know why they only had 3 assists? Because nobody wearing a Cavs jersey could make a shot.
Now I'm starting to question their mental toughness.
We've seen an abundance of things from the Cleveland Cavaliers that look like they brain dead, for crying out loud.
There's also something called decision fatigue. And I think you're seeing that in how Cleveland is playing.
They got the talent, they don't have the dogs.
To beat the Knicks, and especially the concept that you now have to beat the Knicks 4 out of 5, is a very, very tall order.
They will come back to New York up 3-1, and they will close the Cavs out Wednesday night at the Garden.
All right, there's the proclamation. Despite a rough first 2 games at MSG, history may not be on the Cavaliers' side of this series. They are 3-2 in the playoff series when losing games 1 and 2 by double digits. That includes a win last series against Detroit. All other franchises have combined to go 6 and 112 in those scenarios. It remains to be seen, Danny Green, if they're going to flip the script on this one and continue to defy history. But do you believe the Cavs are done, or what do they need to do to get back into this series?
They have to get, some of those role players to make some shots, and they need some really big games from their star players, and that's mainly Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley. I know people keep talking about James Harden, but the expectations for him is not as high as those other guys. Like, he should set the floor, set the table, and get guys involved, facilitate. He should be able to score and give you double-digit points. But the guys we're looking at are Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley. They got to score big. And, of course, they got to make shots from other guys, like Max Strus, Sam Merrill. Like, those are the guys that have been shooters for them all season long. Dennis Schroeder, some other X factors, Tyson. Like, they need those guys to step up, at least 2 or 3 of them, because this New York Knicks team is very deep. So there's always a possibility. You see that 6 and 112. There's a chance. I don't know if they do it, but they can turn around. They just got to make some shots and hopefully get some rejuvenation in those legs because they do look fatigued right now.
And people forget they dominated game one until they didn't, and the Knicks made history in that comeback. It's not like they haven't had a chance this entire series, but we'll see what they can do at home. Similar to the Spurs, they'll be at home tonight for game three. They have injuries mounting, we know that. They got the coveted road split, we know that. But how much do they need both of these games in San Antonio?
Well, game three is extremely, extremely important. They need to get that one first. Don't let skip steps. You got to get the first one at home so that you can protect home court. Now, of course, you want to get two. You want to go 3-1. You have that luxury of having some games to, I'm going to say relax, but to have a cushion. But game three is the most important out of all of them, and it would be nice to win both at home so that you can get a jump on this OKC team because they are championship DNA type of caliber team, and they can come back at any point. You can't give them any type of daylight, any type of confidence. So you got to make sure you're clicking on all cylinders. And the biggest thing is not turning the ball over. Victor Wembanyama is going to be Victor Wembanyama. He's going to play defense. He's going to block shots. He's going to dunk the ball. He's going to play like the modern-day Wilt Chamberlain. Those other guys, if Fox and Harper are not playing, a lot is on Stephon Castle. He has to play with a lot of authority, a lot of vengeance, assertiveness, but smart and poised. He has to be a point guard and make sure he limits his turnovers so they have a chance of winning the game.
Also going to be fascinating to see how Victor responds to another game of physicality from Oklahoma City because that's the route they're going to go with him down low, and he can shoot it in the perimeter. He's really, to me, one of the best players, if not the best in the NBA. Danny Green, he's the best we have on the 5 p.m. Sports Center. Enjoy.